No animals were harmed in the making of this film. Tubers, I did a big bad doobie doobie. Yeah, buddy. I crashed into a concrete step in front of a house and snapped the chassis in half. I didn't even realize at first that it was that bad. And so first it was just this piece I thought. So it was that piece broke right where the screw goes through or right off. And I melted a piece of wire bent. I didn't record or take pictures of that part, but see that? Yeah, that's focusing pretty good. So I took one of those and I melted it in there. So now it really wasn't this. It was a piece of a resistor, the wire from a resistor. I melted it in there, reinforced the plastic. But then I realized this was snapped off. I go, oh boy, I gotta figure out how to fix that, right? Look how bad that is. Oh man. The more I look at that, the worse it looks. Oh god. Now this piece snapped off too, and that piece goes through and catches this piece. And this piece isn't broken. That's where the hinge pins go through, but it also has the front bulkhead goes through here, and there's a screw that goes through that. It holds the bulkhead under the front of it, and that snapped right off. So now you can see I'm about to melt this. If I can do this and show it on camera, just like that, right there. So you get that bent, so it shapes over it. So it's the shape of it, right? Now I'm gonna melt it in there with a soldering iron. Let me show you how I do this. I'll put the phone in a holder. Hang on. I just take this right over the crack. The crack is right there. I'm gonna put this over the center of it. See, I was impatient. I snipped those wires right off. They go to the lights. I was impatient. I didn't care about unhooking nothing. Snippy, snippy. Yeah, I don't think you can even find this bulkhead if you look for it. This is a Red Cat BE6S. Good luck finding a bulkhead for this thing. Give it time to melt this. This is a spring. I'm gonna cut it off, but first I'm just leaving the spring on there as like a holder. I'm just gonna melt this. It'll slowly melt into there. Melt that spring right in there. Ouch. Ooh, don't hit your fingers, guys. Now, this is probably not recommended. At work, we have a plastic welder. I really should have used that. But at home tonight, I just want to fix it. The cord on my soldering iron is very short. Pretty annoying. It's kind of making it difficult. There we go. Oh, there we go. My good soldering iron died. This is a $10 cheapie from eBay or whatever. It's supposed to be an 80 watt. I don't know. The tip I got here is hollow. I don't think it's the proper tip for this type of soldering iron, but it's what I have. Plastic melts at 365 degrees. Just in case you didn't know. So that's how hard it has to get. That's why it's taking a little bit. It melted in there though. Oh, now I'm just gonna melt this sucker in there. This is a really cheap soldering iron. It's actually burning my hand. The handle was getting hot. So I got these soldering iron mats that I bought real cheap from AliExpress. And they kind of, once they get dirty, they don't look good, so I stopped using them, right? I got one left that I'm using, and that's it, right? I got other ones. They're in the drawer, right? So I used a piece of a soldering iron mat, and I taped it around the handle of the soldering iron to protect my hand from the heat. This thing was getting too hot to even hold. I think we're getting pretty good. And we're just going to stop melting plastic all over this thing. Okay, just form it around there. No, it's not all the way in there. So we'll try to sink this side a little more. I don't know, the fact that it's a spring might not be very good. I'm just using whatever I have. A piece of screen would work really good. Or some metal mesh. Just don't have it. I have this, so I'm using it. Just get it melted in there. Let me pause this. I'll bring this back. It's just going to take a bit. I cheated a little bit. I have a heat gun for shrink tubing, and it has a temperature gauge, so you put it at about 470 degrees, which is, way over plastic melting temperature. And you use this heat gun here, and I heated it up, used the soldering iron at the same time, and pushed that wire in, and got her in there, and I melted that wire in there good, and I melted that spring in there real good, and then I covered it all with as much of this plastic zip tie as I could and melted it all on there. It's just cooling off now. Looks pretty good. That's supposed to go that way. Bring it back. Alright, tubers. That is fixed as I can get it. all put back together. I wish that was made as one solid piece. I don't know why they made that as two pieces for. Because those 4 screw holes line up on this. You know, you can see I ripped out those 2, which is the main screws, because when that lets go, all you got left is those 2 screws, which are these 2, and they are pulled out. Now I got a piece of carbon fiber I could put in there. Or I could cut a piece of carbon fiber, drill 4 holes, put it in there. But this diff case lines up with this, and if I make it 3 millimeters taller, it's going to throw off everything. I don't think it's going to go back together properly. I'm going to look and see if I can find a chassis for this. Hopefully you guys enjoy this little tidbit of information on this MT80 BE6S Red Cat version of the 6S Beast. I do love this car. It's just really old and it's taking a lot of beatings, and that one hit to the concrete, man. The left front wheel hit, and the angle of it pushed the whole thing like that. Or like this. Yeah, this way. And it ripped it right, this whole thing just right out. So the left front wheel hit hard on the steps. So that's, we'll get it fixed up. No doubt about it. I've already went through these discs before. Look at these babies. They're smooth. This thing has beefy diffs. You are never stripping one of these. The center diff is like the weak point, but I do have a locked center diff. It's a locked piece. It's the way it came with a locked one. The center diff is an upgrade because it allows you to tune it. But I don't know. I kind of like the locked diff. But I like the center diff too, so I'm giving the center diff a run for now. But if this hadn't broken, you know, we'd be still playing. But we'll get it fixed. We'll get it up and going. Tubers. Yeah, buddies. She's all fixed. I will not lie. I will not say it was easy. It was a lot of work. It wasn't really hard. It was just a lot of work. You put them together, then you got to test everything. Well, I fixed all the plastic chassis, right? I fixed under there. You can't even see the part fixed because it's hard to stand it up and hold it because it's on the wheelie bar. But yeah, I sprayed it down with I put it all together and the steering was like sticking because the original steering setup on there, you know, what do you call that little piece in there where the servo saver goes on? Pretty much the pieces where the servo saver goes, they would keep snapping. The way it originally was built, there's a weak spot in it, and it would snap whenever you did like a really big jump. And I was doing some really big jumps. You can see the control arms are kind of beat up from me doing jumps. Well, I do have some new control arms, but I'm saving them in case I need them, right? They're spare parts. This car hasn't been made in at least 10 years, and they finally put all the parts on clearance. Well, hello, Cole. I think she's getting hungry. Well, yeah, so they put all the parts on clearance at Red Cat, and one of my subscribers had commented on the channel. I hope he was subscribed anyways. But someone commented on my channel, and I assume he was a subscriber, and he told me that he saw the parts on clearance. So I went on Red Cat's site, and sure enough, everything was on clearance. All the parts for this, and that's where I got that center diff, because that's a $60 center diff. I got it for $25 on clearance. Everything was on clearance that I got. This front bumper, and this piece right here is brand new, because the front bumper on this was busted. This rear wing, I replaced it because the other one was broken, and guess what? This one broke in the exact same spot. See, I made a carbon fiber plate right there. Yeah, buddy, to hold it together, to help give it a little bit of reinforcement. I had to modify this piece here because it raised it up a little bit. I carved the bottom of it, and then it's a flexible plastic piece, so I made it fit over it. But I did carve the bottom of it to fit so yeah, how do I put that? So it's like notched into it. And then that left, because that raised up, it left these forward. So I just heated these up with a heat gun. And I twisted them backwards so that they're straight now. Look better than they did before. Yeah, buddy. So she's all back together and fixed. The steering is working good. I forgot about something about this truck is that hinge pin holder is plastic, not metal. All the other ones are metal. But that back one, that's plastic. Never realized that. But it's never really been a problem. This is a tough truck. I love this thing. You can see the batteries really don't fit in the battery trays. That's why I notched this chassis a long time ago. So that batteries are like that. So these batteries can fit in there. I've had these for like 4 or 5 years. These are good batteries. Turnigy. You know, some people like them, some people don't. These are pretty good batteries. They're 35 to 75C discharge. Yeah, so she's back together. Do you guys know what BES stands for? This is the BES MT80/BE6S. The BES. It stands for a bird-eating spider. Yeah, buddy. The other side of the country, this car was manufactured under a different name. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this car, and we're gonna drive it one more time and test out the steering and all that. I did, of course, I snipped the wires to my lights and my. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about lights. I mean, Tubers. Hopefully you enjoyed that quick video of the bird-eating spider, the BES, the MT80/BE6S. Depends how you like to call it. It was originally known as the BES. Stands for BES, stands for bird-eating spider. This is a unique RC, and it's one of my favorites. It's my favorite electric, that's for sure. I'll never sell it. I'll have this for the rest of my life, guarantee you. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that video. And I don't know, I've been staring at the Sun Genesis over here. The transmission's busted in it. And I could retrofit that with maybe a 2-stroke gas engine in it, perhaps. It's got fifth scale hardware on it. Those drivetrains, huge. So maybe a future project. Maybe for like next year, right? Future. Yeah, future. You'll see confident but humble. Cat's making a mess. Peace. maybe I turn the camera on. Because this is the view.
Some of it.
Yeah, this is some of the view. This is what I live for. The view. That's why I love New Hampshire. The live free or die state. We mean it. Right around this corner again. Get some awesome views here. There it comes.